Greetings everyone, hope all of you are having a fantastic day. Let's do another Pathfinder build. This time I want to look way into the future. I'm pretty sure when the game releases in September, I'm going to go down the Lich Mythic Path first. Really enjoyed the Lich Mythic Path playthrough we did on this channel, but of course we didn't even get into the fourth act, so there's a lot of work left undone. And I'm hoping I can get it right the second time around. So let's dig into the build I could potentially use once the game fully releases. As always, if you liked the video, please go ahead and leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're definitely going to continue releasing more Pathfinder content. So since this is the Lich is going to be undead, I'll choose a Dhampir photo. And we'll go down here to Wizard and scroll Savant, and I'll explain a little bit more about why I do that later. Dhampir. I'm going to choose Vampire King Born Ancestry because I just like the way that sounds. For background, we need something that's going to give us Persuasion as a class skill, so I'll choose Leader because it seems kind of natural with us being a Lich and all. And then we're going to bump Intelligence up to 20. We are going to take Constitution up to 14. Charisma up to 13, we'll reduce strength down to 10 and get charisma up to 14. And then for skills, you definitely want to use Magic Device, you definitely want Persuasion. I would say you might as well pick up World since you get a bonus to it from being Vampire King Born. The rest is completely up to you. And then for your first feat, I'd say you should go Life Dominant Soul. For your school, I'd say you should go Necromancy, Arcane Bond Object. For your opposition school, Divination. And for your second opposition school, Illusion. And then for your first round of spells, you can really choose whatever you want. I would say you definitely want Magic Missile and probably Burning Hands. Even though we specialize in Necromancy, in reality, until you become a Lich, you're going to use Evocation a lot more. And then for Deity, we can go Urgathor, Neutral Evil. Face. Man. For your second feat, I would pick Spell Penetration. And then for your level 2 powers, I would pick Scare and Burning Arc. Increase Intelligence at level 4 and continue to increase that throughout your level ups. For your level 5 feat, I'd go ahead and get Greater Spell Penetration. And then for your level 3 powers, I'd go ahead and get Fireball and Battering Blast. So now for our level 7 feat, by level 9, we should have already started on the Lich Mythic Path. So we can go ahead and start specializing into Necromancy now. So Spell Focus Necromancy. And then for your level 4 spells, I'd get Animate Dead and Dragon's Breath. And then for your second round of level 4 spells, I'd go ahead and get Bone Shatter and Fear. And then at level 9, grab Greater Spell Focus Necromancy. For level 5 spells, go ahead and get Racking Ray and Fire Snake. For your level 11 feat, let's go ahead and get Improved Initiative. For your level 6 spells, let's go ahead and get Circle of Death and Chain Lightning. And then the next time you can choose level 6 spells, go ahead and get Create Undead and Hellfire Ray. For your level 13 feat, go ahead and grab Combat Casting. For level 7 spells, go ahead and grab Finger of Death and Prismatic Spray. For your level 8 spells, go ahead and grab Death Clutch and Soul Reaver. Next time you could choose level 8 spells, go ahead and grab Bestow Curse and Horrid Wilting. And then finally for level 9 spells, go ahead and grab Wail of the Banshee and Icy Prison Mass. Okay, so now that we've leveled up to 17, let's go ahead and look at the Mythic Path. Level 1, you want to choose Dance Macabre and Abundant Casting. Next, you want to go back into Mythic Abilities, Improved Abundant Casting. At the third level, you can pick your Mythic Path, so let's go ahead and pick Lich. And then we want to choose Ascendant Element, Negative Energy. You can choose whether or not you want to combine spellbooks. Since Lich has 9 levels of spells, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and choose to combine it. I have this combine option specifically because I've selected Scroll Savant as my class. All wizards are not able to combine their spellbook with Lich. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's what they actually intend for the final game. And then you also get to pick a skeletal champion, which is essentially a powerful undead minion. Mind you, when you get this minion, it has no weapons or items whatsoever, so you're gonna have to kit it out yourself. It will come with all the weapon proficiencies, but beyond that, you won't have any control over how it levels or what abilities are selected. You cannot respec it the way you can other companions, and its level up is controlled by when you get another mythic rank. It does not level up at the same rate that you do. Beyond that, you have the option of either having an assassin who uses 2 weapons, an executioner who uses 2-handed weapons, a marksman who uses archery, or a vanguard who specializes in defense. And then for the Lich powers, I would go with Death of Elements first. And then now that you're a Lich, you get to choose from your entire list of available spells at the end of every mythic level. You can choose whatever you like here. And here at level 4, go back into Mythic Ability, Greater Abundant Casting. And then here at Mythic level 4, you get to choose an upgrade for your undead minion. I personally choose Cleric, but you could choose whatever fits into your particular team. And then here at level 5, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else that really helps you at this time. So I just go with Inspirational Leader. And then finally, in level 6, I will go down to Spell Focus Mythic and choose Necromancy. Choose Magic Devourer as my next Lich power. Okay, so now that we've been able to level up this character and go through the mythic path, let's look at the special abilities and feats that we've been able to pick up. As always, you can go down into the chapters if you already know all this information and want to skip straight to the spells. Grave Touch. As a standard action, you can make a melee touch attack that causes a living creature to become shaken for a number of rounds equal to half your wizard level. Turn Undead. You can, as a standard action, use one of your uses of Channel Positive Energy to cause all undead within 30 feet of you to flee as if frightened. You can channel negative energy to either damage living creatures or heal the undead. Please note that these powers are not just relegated by charisma, so it'll take either your charisma, wisdom, or intelligence modifier, whichever one is highest. You do get an assortment of summons. I have not used the Lich class since the time of the last beta update, so I'm not sure if these summons work now. I've heard that Azada is working. I know for sure Angel is not, but these summons might be available now if you choose Lich. Command Undead. You can make any undead creature fight on your side as if it was your ally. It will attack your opponents to the best of its ability. However, intelligent creatures will try to throw off the domination, making a will save every round. Life Sight. At 8th level, you gain Blind Sight to a range of 10 feet for a number of rounds per day equal to your wizard level. This ability only allows you to detect living creatures and undead creatures. The sight also tells you whether a creature is living or undead. Constructs and other creatures that are neither living nor undead cannot be seen with this ability. Death of Elements. Lich can change any elemental damage to negative energy, no matter what is the source of this elemental damage. Lich can also activate consuming elements for 1 round per 2 mythic ranks, turning all incoming elemental damage into negative energy. Dark Rites. Lich and all his companions in a 30-foot radius cast spells as if their caster level was 2 levels higher. Scroll Focus. A Scroll Savant adds half his class level as a bonus on used magic device checks. He will always take 10 on used magic device checks to cast a spell from a scroll if 10 on a roll is enough for a successful skill check. So as you can see here, these are the things that you get for choosing Necromancy as your specialist school. You have Turn Undead, Grave Touch, and Life Sight. Also, we wanted to choose this as our specialty because in the Spellbook, there are specific slots that are only available for whatever specialist school you've chosen. Arcane Object. A bonded object can be used once per day to restore any one spell that the wizard has prepared for this day. And then the opposition schools here mean that in order to select a spell from this school, we would have to take up 2 slots instead of just 1. Scroll Specialization. At 5th level, whenever the Scroll Savant uses a scroll, he calculates the DC for any spell it contains using his intelligence modifier instead of the minimum modifier needed to cast a spell of that level. Scroll Mastery. At 10th level, a Scroll Savant can use his own caster level instead of the item's caster level when using a scroll. Abundant Casting. You can cast 4 more spells per day of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd levels each. Hard to Kill. You don't die until your total number of negative hit points becomes equal to or greater than double your Constitution score. Negative Energy Insight. Liches become immune to negative levels and gain a +4 bonus on saving throws against death effects. They gain a +2 bonus on AC, saving throws, weapon attacks, and damage rolls against creatures with negative energy affinity. The DCs of their class abilities against these opponents increase by 2. Improved abundant casting. You can cast 4 more spells per day of 4th, 5th, and 6th levels each. Ascendant element. Choose one energy type: acid, cold, electricity, fire, sonic, or negative. The damage of that energy type you deal can no longer be prevented or reduced by resistances or immunities. So basically, all of those elemental evocation spells we've taken, this sets us up where they can all be negative energy and damage cannot be prevented or reduced by resistances or immunities. Lord beyond the grave. You can use command undead at will. All undead under your command within 50 feet of you gain a bonus to their strength, dexterity, and charisma equal to half your mythic rank +1. Their attacks now ignore damage reduction. Skeletal Cleric 1. The Skeletal Champion gains Channel Negative Energy using its HD instead of Cleric class for calculations, domains of death and destruction, and all spells from the Cleric list. Greater Abundant Casting. You can cast 4 more spells per day of 7th, 8th, and 9th levels each. Samori, Lord of Death. This basically allows your minion and any undead party members that you have to get their domains from them, so they require no other deities to cast spells. Inspirational Leader. Your allies within 50 feet of you gain a bonus equal to half your mythic rank +1 to their initiative, their saving throws against mind affecting effects, and their concentration checks. Magic Devourer. The Lich gains spell resistance 25 plus mythic rank. Whenever an enemy fails a check made to overcome the Lich's spell resistance, the next spell the Lich would cast or next kinetic blast becomes quickened, as though using the Quicken spell feat or Quicken Metakinesis. And now looking at the feats, you have Scribe Scroll, allows you to craft scrolls during camping. Life Dominant Soul. You are healed by both the channel positive energy used to heal living creatures and channel negative energy used to heal the undead, but both only heal half the normal amount. Mind you, this feat only applies to channel energy, so regular spells like Heal Light Wounds or Heal Moderate Wounds, those will still damage you as an undead. Spell Penetration. You get a +2 bonus on caster level checks made to overcome a creature's spell resistance, and then we take Greater Spell Penetration to get an additional +2 bonus. So we take these two first, because even though you're not really going to specialize in necromancy until you get more of the Lich-based spells, it's not worth it to try to specialize in evocation just yet, because then you would have to switch right over to the spell-focused necromancy feats anyway. So we get spell penetration, then we flip over to spell focused necromancy, which gives us a +1 to the difficulty class for all saving throws of that particular magic school, and then greater spell focus gives us another +1. We take improved initiative, which gives you a +4 bonus on initiative checks to help make up for the deficit you get in dexterity due to your background. Combat Casting. You get a +4 bonus on concentration checks made to cast a spell or use a spell-like ability. These last 3 feats are completely interchangeable. You can kind of decide what you want. I feel like with my next Mythic Path option, I'll probably choose the one that'll reduce the level increase cost of reach. And that way, some of these spells that require me to be close, I can give myself a little bit more space. But you could do whatever you want. One other note as well about initiative. I know by having a lower dexterity, my initiative is also much lower, but you could probably tell that I'm not really speccing this person out as crowd control. He's really all about damage. So you want somebody else like Nanio or Ember or whoever to be in the party, and that way they lay down the crowd control first, get those people under control and weaken them so that his damaging powers will be super effective and should help just wipe out the board. And then finally under traits, Undead Resistance, Dampiers gain a +2 racial bonus on saving throws against disease and mind affecting effects. Finally, let's go ahead and go through the spellbook so you can see the spells that I plan to use in this build. Level 1, kind of irrelevant, just fill it up with Magic Missile. Same with level 2, we put Scare here just because you need a necromancy spell, and then just a bunch of Burning Arc. At level 3, Fireball, of course, is really nice and it'll be negative energy damage. And then Mastery of Flesh is really nice for those times where we have a single boss level opponent that we need to be able to take out quickly. At level 4, I love playing the Lich out the way it's supposed to be, so plenty of Animate Dead so we can throw out summons when we want to, and then some Dragon's Breath to do some additional damage. Level 5 is when the Lich spells that you've been given start to really outshine some of the evocation spells you have access to. So we'll just throw in Wreck and Raid just to have that in a favorite school slot. But Bone Explosion is a great area of effect damage. And then Repurpose is a great way to deal some damage to an enemy while at the same time getting an undead minion if that particular individual dies while under the effects of the spell. Level 6, Circle of Death is a great area of effect damage, but it does cost diamond dust. Create Undead allows us to throw out more undead summons, and then we use Chain Lightning for damage. At level 7, Finger of Death is great when you're just dealing with one enemy, and then Feast of Blood is a fantastic area of effect spell. At level 8, Death Clutch is absolutely fantastic, especially when you've whittled down a boss a little bit, and then use that to finish it off quicker than you usually would be able to. And then Soul Reaver does great area of effect damage. And then finally, Wail of the Banshee again does fantastic damage that has no cap. It's just 10 points of damage per caster level. And then Flay for Purpose allows you to use Repurpose again, but it does even more damage. And again, the damage doesn't have a cap. As long as your caster level keeps going up, the damage will keep going up. Special mention goes to Negative Eruption, which does pretty solid area of effect damage, but has the bonus of all undead party members will get a +2 bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, will saving throws, and twice the caster level temporary hit points. So it's a really nice way to do some damage against your enemies while at the same time helping your allies. The only reason I don't use it is, again, it has that cap, maximum of 150 points of damage, whereas Wail of the Banshee just keeps going up, up, and up. And that is the full spellbook. This is more than likely the build that I will use when the game first comes out. So let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Is this a good build? Is this something that you feel like you might use by playing as a Lich? Or do you feel like there's some things I could do better? Looking forward to hearing the feedback from all of you. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.